Hello, friend. Today we are going to chat about the 2946. So something that is important for you to grasp as well when when you're talking about the channels or the strengths that are within the body graph. Everything's moving up to the throat. So you'll notice, from here we call it the 6447 because it's moving down to the throat. And when you're speaking from the bottom, you go, the 5342, because everything is trying to get to the throat for manifestation and communication. So here we're talking about the 2946. As you can see, I only have one trait within this channel, and that entire channel is called, it's the channel of discovery. It's about succeeding where other people fail and failing where other people succeed. It's an abstract process. It's an experiential process. It's about discovering your own perseverance, your own determination, and discovering self. Again, we're moving from the energy resource, that sacral respond ability, up to the identity. So it's about responding to the experience so that you, if you have this channel defined in your body graph, it's about discovering self. Using that serendipitous energy to move through an experience. However, the important piece here is the experiential way operates in cycles. And depending on, whether or not the 5342 as well is defined in your body graph, it's about really paying attention to what cycle, what experience am I saying yes to? And it's about saying yes from respondability. I'm going to enter into this discovery. I'm not going to enter in. Or, ask me later. We move, for the most part on this planet, from a reaction of the mind. And I've already done one video on response and reaction, and there's going to be more to come, because that has become a real awareness for me that response is not the builders on this planet, the generators, manifesting generators. They've been so highly conditioned to not trust that response. And I'm not perfect. I don't even profess to at all be that. However, I've been able to look back and go, okay. Those massive moments in my life were coming from a place of response. I couldn't even explain it. My body was just moving. I have tons of experiences and stories I could share about that, because the physical body has been able to that respondability here has been so profound in my life that now that I understand it, 7 years later, I can go, oh, there it is. And I have a name for it. I have a word for it. I have a complete understanding of it. So it's about, as you're discovering yourself, don't get caught up in the fact that, oh, I have to push through this full experience. Your energy resource will tell you when enough is enough. You do not have to push through. And again, that's another unhealthy piece of this energy resource, or this sacral energy. You know, we have this conditioned belief or idea in our head that because we started something, we have to finish it. No. It's all about where am I energetically? And it's not about the mind saying, oh, I don't feel like it. Oh, I don't want to do this now. Oh, why are you dragging me down this path? Take me to the couch. I want to watch that TV show. It's not about that. It's about just tapping into what do I have energy for, and absolutely trusting that sacral energy resource that says, okay, we still have energy to continue through this momentum of discovery. And your cycle, your energy might come to an end prior to whatever it was, whatever that experience was, before the experience is done. And it's okay. You know, here's a quick example, okay? So I am at a trade show, and you know, I honestly, I enter into these trade shows because I just want to experience myself in them. I want to see what's going on, so I have experiences to share with my clients. Um, so in the very first trade show, I pushed through. Oh, good Lord, I pushed through. It was so unhealthy for me, and my thyroid was going to blow right out of my throat. Okay. And then I could look back and go, oh, I totally see how this took place. I had no more energy. There was no more energy. My cycle had come to an end. You know, however, you know, persevering and my mind taking over and saying, well, you got to push through, you got to push through, you got to push through. No. So, you know, I don't know, probably 5 trade shows later, being able to just tap into and go, okay, what do I have energy for? My energy resource was done 2 hours before the end of the trade show. For the day, not for the weekend, but for the day. I just marked myself off. Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I honored it, marked myself off. No more people, you know, I'm not taking any more readings. And I went home to recharge and do some work here. And I got to discover myself in amongst all of those different experiences. Now, I know I don't have the full channel, but we're all doing these things. But if you do have the full channel, understand that it isn't about pushing through. Just because the commitment was there in the beginning does not mean that you have to see every cycle to the end. Because the cycle has its own timing. And so do you. It's very interesting when we start to have the experiences and see how all of this stuff actually corresponds and reacts and responds and initiates and invitations, and how each piece of the body graph is absolutely assisting us on our evolutionary path to a place of self-actualization, to a place of self-reflected consciousness. So if you have the 2946, you are absolutely here to discover who you are in all experiences. You get to persevere, you get to be, you know, use that determination and move through those experiences. But it is always, of course, if you have that full channel, you are a builder, you are either a manifesting generator or a generator, because as soon as that sacral energy is defined, it creates a type. So if you have that, it is about watching the respond ability of your sacral energy. This channel can be super freaking destructive if it's frustrated and it's just pushing through. So over the last 3 days, so today is September 27th. Over the last 3 days, I have been beyond cranky, pissy. The energy was heavy. And I got to be able to just go, okay, I don't want to use that energy to do videos, have client interactions. I just want to be able to step out of my business and, take care of myself, do self-care away from that, frustrated, destructive energy that was trying to initiate me. And it was from the transits. It was, it's an energy that was from the transits. I became very aware of it after having a conversation with one of my coworkers. And then there was a team of us that got together and had a conversation around this, and we were all feeling it because the transits were there. So if you can become aware of yourself at such a deep level, and then go, oh, okay, there's this movement and evolution happening. And it wasn't an energy that was supporting me working in it at that moment. I hope that makes sense. So being aware of it and going, oh, that's totally destructive if I move from that place. So I was able to pull out of it, recognize it, see it, be fully aware of it, come to a place of self-actualization, remove myself out of that energy, kind of regenerate, reboot myself, and go, okay, watch my own energy field, and then move forward from response. So I hope you guys understand the power of the transits, the power of the actual program. And probably a vast majority of builders moved forward in this degenerative, destructive energy. And that frustration is within that work. Now, I'm not saying the whole world can just, take 3 days but it's about being aware of it and only moving when it is correct. It's not that I didn't do any work, but I did different work. Stuff that my physical body was responding to versus this conditioning, this initiation that was trying to happen through the mind, and it turned into a frustration, and it turns into destructive energy. And I could see it. I became aware of it, and I pulled myself out of it, and then allowed my body to respond to different avenues of work that were generative and constructive. And that's the profundity of human design. Okay, that's the profundity of understanding your energy. It isn't about letting the mind, that conditioned mind, lead you around like a dog on a leash. It's about seeing it, seeing what it's trying to do, comprehending it, and going, okay. So 3 days of degenerative energy on the planet, and then what happens is that degenerative energy is reacting. We, as builders, manifesting generators, 70% of the population start spewing out this reactive energy, this degenerative energy. And then the projectors all of a sudden are getting this initiation based off of reaction, which isn't healthy, which then turns them into bitter advisors. Then all this energy is floating around, and the manifestors are going, they are getting initiated through that degenerative energy if they're not prepared or aware of it. And then they are creating and opening doors that can be very destructive to our planet, to our evolution. And then we have all these reflectors that are just saying, hey, hold on a minute, whoa, look at all of this stuff happening. If they're aware, or they are also being initiated from a place of very, very degenerative energy. The energy of our builders, our manifesting generators, our generators, that's really what moves our planet. 70% of us. So I want you to be aware of generative energy, degenerative energy. And when your sacral response, when this gut response, and I'm not talking, I'm not talking about inner authorities here. I'm just talking about this response. When the response goes, and it wants to make the commitment of discovery, and it's ready to make that commitment of discovery, don't push yourself past your closing cycle, because it can then become very degenerative energy. So really, it's about paying attention to your response only. Your response. So here's what I love is that when we can be interactive in the comment section, we can learn from each other. So I would greatly appreciate it if you can speak to this. Can you feel this energy? Can you grasp the response of the sacral center? And can you feel the difference between degenerative and generative energy? And if so, talk about your discovery of this. Whether or not you have this channel, all of this is happening through us all the time, okay? All of this is happening. It's just, okay, I have consistency here, or this 46, this determination for me, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. But I'm learning about this whole process constantly. So whether you have it defined in the body graph, whether you don't have it defined in the body graph, it's just about a consistent, pure energy that constantly is there for you, or, it could be a combination of, for me, the perseverance is there, and I'm learning about determination. And if you have nothing, you are learning about the discovery process. You're totally learning about it. You're completely gaining a place of wisdom based off of who's coming into your energy field and what you're grasping from it. Thank you very much for your time. And again, please interact. And I just appreciate that you're here listening and processing the information that I put out. Thank you.